This next lecture is called The Temptation, the Mexico Vacation Club Sales Presentation. When you arrive at the sales room, you're going to be greeted by a staff member. They're going to ask you to fill out a quick survey to make sure that you are in fact qualified, because they do spend a lot of money in the marketing and they want to make sure the people they speak to are qualified to attend a presentation. They're going to ask you where you're from. They're going to ask you if you're working, if you're married, things like that. They do not typically tour single males. It's always a single female or a couple. They'll tour single males if they're gay. That's right, because they're buyers. Most of the time, it's going to be a couple or a single female. So you fill out the information. You're a little nervous. They introduce you to your sales rep. Friendly person, warm, looks professional. They come out, shake your hand, and welcome you aboard. There are steps that they have to take before they can even talk about money. And I'm going to go through those steps real quickly so you remember what they are. The steps are meet and greet. They're going to tell you about the presentation, the discovery, the product, whatever they're selling, the resort tour, the model, and the close at the model. Yes, they're going to ask you 3 questions. Do you like it? Would you use it? If you could afford it, would you buy it today? Going to go back to the sales room. They're going to show you the anytime price and the today price, and they're going to close. Those are the steps that they must go through in order to make a sale. I'm not going to discuss all of these steps because it's not important. You've already been there. What I do want to talk about are some areas that should have gotten your attention, okay? And areas that they use against you later on in the presentation to sell you. I want to show you the strategy they use to make a sale. The first thing they do is a discovery. They want to know everything about you. They need to gather information about you so they know how to approach you, to sell you. They're called hot buttons. There's going to be a survey that you're going to fill out, or they're going to fill out for you, and they're going to ask you questions about where you live, if you own a timeshare, do you like to travel, do you travel, do you vacation, why not, where have you gone in the past, where would you like to go in the future, who would you like to travel with, what kind of places they're used to staying in, things like that. They want to know how to sell you. And one of the important questions is, do you already own a timeshare? And if you do own it, where do you own it? Are you paying the maintenance fees, and is it paid off? And there's a reason for that, and I'm going to go through that later. So these are the things that they're going to use to sell you the timeshare. These are the hot buttons. It's absolutely amazing the information that they get from you, and you're not even aware of it, because in Mexico, typically you're going to be at breakfast or at lunch. So you're going to be eating, and they're just going to casually ask these questions. It may not even sound like a survey, but it's going to come out, and all the information that they want, you're going to give them. The strongest pitch that they're going to use is called the rent versus own. What you're paying if you are taking vacation, you're spending about $250 a night, and how much less it will cost if you purchase a vacation club membership or timeshare. So they'll draw a line on the left side it says rent, and on the right side it'll say own, and they'll give you all the benefits of ownership, and at the end you're going to agree, yeah, it's better to own. And this is where they get you. You've already agreed to one thing. It's better to own. If you're not a person who vacations, they're going to ask you why. Well, I don't have time. We can't afford it. Okay, these are the things that they're going to use to get you at the end. You don't have time. Well, what about your health? What about spending time with your family? The sale is made through emotion, and the close is made through logic. Yes, I would love to spend more time with my family. Yes, I would like to travel to these places. Yes, it makes more sense to own than it is to rent. What they'll do is get commitments from you. Yes, it's better to own rather than rent. Yes, I would like to start vacationing. Yes, I'd like to go to these places. And the more yeses that you are giving them, the more power that they have over you, because you're walking right into that trap. You're going to walk around the resort. You're going to see people playing in the pool, kids running around. Believe it or not, most of these people do not own a timeshare. They're staying at the hotel because it's a hotel. you'll see people sitting around and playing around and assume that they're all timeshare owners. Everybody's having a good time. Well, if they can do it, then I guess it's okay for me to do it as well. That's what you're thinking in the back of your mind. So you're going to go through the restaurant, you're going to go through the pool, you're going to go through the fun areas, they're going to walk you on the beach, and finally, they're going to get you into the models. They're going to show you a studio, a one-bedroom, a two-bedroom, and most often a penthouse. They're going to ask you questions like, if you were to become an owner with us today, which unit would you most likely use more often? And you're going to tell them. And these models are beautiful. I mean, absolutely drop-dead gorgeous, beautiful, these models that they're going to show you. And they're going to show you the best models that are at the resort with the best views and all of the ambiance with that. So, like I said, it's an emotional sale, and they're going to tap into your emotions. How would you feel owning something like this? Who would you bring? How would that make them feel? Wouldn't it be nice if you guys can come to a place like this? And you're going to be saying yes. So doesn't it make more sense to own something than to rent? You're going to say yes. So finally at the model, the liner is the person who tours you. Sometimes the liner and the closer are the same person. It depends on the resort and depends on the sales room, but the liner is the person who's going to show you. They're like a junior salesperson. Unless it's a closer, he's called the front to back. He'll do everything. You're back at the table. They're going to ask you if you have any questions. They want to make sure that there's no objections. They want to make sure that there's no reason why you should not buy this today. Not tomorrow, not to think about it, ever think about it. You have to buy now at the sales presentation. That is their goal. And in this next lecture, I'm going to talk about the high pressure close and how they got you.